3 nights before her wedding, Amara wrapped herself in shadows and followed the man she was about to marry into the forbidden forest. What she discovered would shatter everything she thought she knew about love, family, and sacrifice. In the ancient grove where spirits still walk, she watched her perfect groom remove his amulet and transform before her eyes. She heard his father speak of rituals and innocence. She learned the terrible truth. She wasn't chosen for love. She was chosen as a sacrifice. This is a tale from the Igbo lands, where some secrets are kept for protection, and others for murder. This is the story of the bride who dared to follow. Amara was everything the village of Amura could ask for in a chief's daughter. Beautiful, intelligent, and blessed with her grandmother's gift of intuition. That intuition whispered warnings when things weren't right. But at 23, having rejected 7 marriage proposals, even she was beginning to doubt her own instincts. Then Chaik arrived from Ami's village. He was perfect. Too perfect. Tall, handsome, wealthy, and genuinely interested in her thoughts and dreams. Unlike other suitors who saw only the chief's daughter, Chaik asked what she feared, what she hoped for, what stories made her heart race. "I want to know you," he told her during their courtship. "Not the title, not the beauty, but you, Amara." And she found herself falling. His father Obi offered an enormous bride price, 20 goats, 10 cows, fine cloth, exceptional ironwork. The speed concerned Amara's uncle. Why such haste? Why such wealth for a first meeting? Obi had ready answers. "My son must marry before his 25th harvest ends. Only 2 moons remain. Why delay what the gods have ordained?" Chief Okafor gave his blessing, and wedding preparations began. But Amara noticed things. Small things. Chaik always left before sunset. Always. He wore a strange amulet he refused to let anyone touch. When she reached for it once, he grabbed her wrist with panic in his eyes. "It was my mother's. She died when I was young. I don't let anyone touch it." He never spoke of his mother again, never mentioned her family, and both he and his father kept staring east, toward the forbidden grove where her grandmother warned spirits still held court. "You worry too much," her best friend Neka said. "All men have secrets." Amara wanted to believe her, until 3 nights before the wedding, when everything changed. Amara couldn't sleep that night. Stepping outside for air, she heard urgent whispers behind the granary. Chaik and his father. "Are you certain she suspects nothing?" Obi's voice, stripped of warmth. "She's curious. She asks questions. Questions don't matter. In 3 nights, after the ceremony, it will be done. She'll be bound to our family. There will be nothing she can do." Silence. Then Chaik's strained voice. "Is there truly no other way? You know the curse. You know what happens if you don't marry before your 25th harvest ends. Would you choose death? Would you condemn our bloodline to end? But she's innocent. They're all innocent. That's the point. The curse demands innocence. She cannot know. If she knows before the binding ceremony, it won't work. After the wedding, you bring her to the gathering in the grove. The elders complete the ritual. She'll never leave that place, but you will live. I love her." Chaik's voice broke. "Then love her enough to live. 3 more nights. Keep her trusting. The moment she suspects, we've lost everything." Amara stood frozen, her heart hammering. A curse. A ritual. A sacrifice. She'll never leave that place. She needed to know more. She needed the truth. That night, she made her decision. She would follow him into the forbidden grove. Neka helped her prepare, dark wrapper, head tie, a borrowed knife. If you're not back by dawn, I tell your father everything. That evening, after Chaik left, Amara slipped into the shadows and followed. The deeper they went, the stranger the forest became. Trees twisted into unsettling shapes. Normal sounds faded, replaced by eerie silence. They passed the standing stones marking the boundary of the forbidden grove. "Turn back," her grandmother's voice echoed in memory. "This is where our world ends and theirs begins." But Amara pressed forward. Then she heard it, voices. Dozens of voices, chanting in a language that made her skin prickle. She crept to the clearing's edge, and her breath caught. An enormous tree dominated the clearing, its bark black as midnight, carved with glowing symbols, the same symbols from Chaik's amulet. 50 people surrounded it, all wearing identical pendants, all chanting in unison. An ancient woman with a headdress of bones raised her staff. "Brothers and sisters of the bound bloodlines, we gather under the full moon. The time of reckoning approaches for our brother Chaik." The chanting stopped. Chaik stepped forward and removed his amulet. His skin turned grey, ashen. Dark veins spread like cracks across his body. His eyes flickered with yellow light. Amara bit her fist to keep from screaming. "You see the curse's mark," the elder said. "Without the amulet, without the ritual, this consumes our bloodline. Brother Chaik has until the new moon, 3 nights, to complete the binding ceremony." Obi stepped forward proudly. "My son has done well, Mother Adiz. The innocent bride is chosen, a chief's daughter, pure of heart, ignorant of our ways. In 3 nights, she'll speak the binding words before this tree. My son will be freed, as I was, as my father was." "And the bride?" someone asked. "She knows nothing. She'll never leave this grove alive. Her soul will be trapped between worlds, the vessel for our curse." All eyes turned to Chaik, who'd replaced his amulet and looked human again, though pain shadowed his features. "Are you prepared to bring the innocent to the binding?" Mother Adiz asked. Silence. Then, "I am prepared to do what must be done." But his voice carried no conviction. "Hold on, before we continue with what happens next, I need to ask, what would you do in this moment? Would you run and expose everything? Would you confront Chaik? Or would you keep watching to learn more? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you're gripped by this story, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. We share African folktales every week. Stories of mystery, love, betrayal, and magic passed down through generations. Now, back to Amara's nightmare. Mother Adiz began reciting the history. 3 generations ago, our ancestor Ikenna desecrated a sacred grove, cutting down a spirit tree for profit. The spirits cursed him and all his descendants. Every male child must marry before age 25. That marriage must be sealed with a binding ceremony in this grove. The binding requires an innocent woman who knows nothing of the curse. She must speak the words of acceptance before this tree. When she does, the curse transfers to her. She becomes trapped between worlds, neither alive nor dead. The man goes free to live normally and father children who will carry the curse forward. Amara's vision swam. This was her fate, to be trapped forever in darkness while Chaik lived free. But then, a figure emerged from the shadows. "Mother!" Chaik's voice broke. A thin woman stepped into the clearing. Gasps rippled through the gathering. "Ego," Mother Adiz said coldly. "You were banished. You have no place here." "I claim my right to speak," the woman said firmly. "I am Obi's wife, though he claims me dead. I am Chaik's mother, though he was told I abandoned him. and I will speak the truth you've forbidden." "Silence!" Obi roared. "You'll ruin everything. I'll save our son." Ego turned to Chike. "They told you I died when you were 10. I was banished for discovering the truth they hide from every generation." She addressed the gathering. "The curse can be broken in 2 ways. The first is what you know. Sacrifice an innocent woman. But there's another way in the original texts. The man must confess everything to his bride before the wedding. Give her true choice. If she chooses to marry him anyway, knowing everything, and willingly performs the binding, the curse breaks entirely. Not just for him, for all future generations. No more sacrifices. No more trapped women." Chaos erupted. Obi screamed at her. Others demanded proof. Chike stared at his father. "You knew there was another way and never told me? It doesn't work." Obi shouted. "What woman would choose this? The binding through innocence is certain." "I won't." Chike's voice cut through the chaos. "I won't trap an innocent woman. I won't do to Amara what you did to Mother. Then you'll die. In 3 nights, the curse will consume you. Then I'll die as a man, not a monster." Mother Adiz stepped forward. "Your mother speaks truth. It is written. But in 3 generations, no woman who learned the truth ever chose to stay. The willing binding has never been performed. We don't know if it truly works." Amara had heard enough. She ran. Amara spent the night at Nekka's, sobbing, then thinking. By dawn, she'd made her decision. The wedding day arrived. The village decorated Chief Okafor's compound. Drums called everyone to celebration. Amara sat being prepared by village women, shea butter, coral beads, finest wrappers. But her mind was far away, in that grove, watching a man choose death over dishonor. When Chike arrived, he looked magnificent but haggard. His father looked furious. The ceremony began. Libations, kola nut blessing, gift exchanges. Then came the moment for Amara to be presented to her groom. She walked toward Chike, never breaking eye contact. He saw something in her expression and went pale. He knew. Somehow, he knew that she knew. The village elder asked, "Amara, daughter of Okafor, do you come freely?" "I do." "Do you accept Chike, son of Obi, as your husband?" Amara paused. "Before I answer, I have questions for my intended husband." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Chief Okafor raised his hand. "If my daughter needs answers before marriage, that is her right. Speak, Amara." She turned to Chike. "Do you love me?" "Yes. More than my own life." "Would you ever willingly harm me?" "Never. I swear it." "Then tell everyone here about your mother, about the curse, about the choice I need to make." The compound erupted. Obi lunged forward, but warriors held him back. Chike stood frozen. "She knows." Obi screamed. "The binding won't work. You've killed him." Chief Okafor's voice boomed. "Silence. Amara, what is this?" 3 nights ago, I followed Chike into the Forbidden Grove. I witnessed a gathering. I learned of a curse on his bloodline. I learned the terrible choice before him, and before me. She turned back to Chike. "But I need to hear it from you, not from hiding in bushes. From you. Tell me everything." And Chike did. Before the entire village, he confessed. The curse. The binding ceremony. The trapped women. His mother, banished for discovering another way. his father's plan to use Amara's innocence against her, and his choice, to die rather than sacrifice her. When he finished, silence hung heavy. Chief Okafor spoke. "So you came to trap my daughter?" "Yes," Chike said, not looking away. "That was the plan. I deserve your anger. But Amara deserves none of this. Please, let her be free. And if she walks away, I'll die in 3 nights. And I'll deserve it." The chief turned to his daughter. "You knew all this before today. Yet you came to the ceremony. Why?" Amara faced her father, the village, and the man she loved. "Father, you raised me to value truth above all. 3 nights ago, I thought I'd discover a monster. Instead, I found a man trapped by circumstances not of his making. A man who, when the moment came, chose honor over survival, chose my freedom over his life." She turned to the crowd. "I discovered something else in that grove. There's another way. A way that breaks the curse forever, for all future generations. Not through deception, but through willing choice." She looked at Chike. "You were willing to die for me. The question is, am I willing to risk everything for you?" "Amara, no." Chike stepped forward. "If you perform the binding willingly, the curse breaks, yes. But you still become trapped between worlds." According to texts that are 3 generations old, Amara interrupted. "Based on a curse written in anger. But I've learned something about curses from my grandmother's stories." She looked at Mother Adiz, now at the compound's edge. "Has anyone ever tried the willing binding? Has anyone tested whether love freely given can break what fear and deception created?" The old woman stepped forward slowly. "No. In 3 generations, no woman who learned the truth ever chose to stay. The willing binding has never been performed." "Then you don't know what will happen," Amara pressed. "Curses are broken by their opposites. This curse was born from desecration, from taking without permission. What if the opposite, giving freely, choosing with full knowledge, doesn't just transfer the curse but transforms it?" Mother Adiz stared at her. "Possible. The texts are unclear. But child, you'd be gambling with your soul. We gamble with our souls every day." Amara took Chike's hands. "You asked me once what frightened me. Remember my answer." Chike nodded, tears streaming. "You feared you'd never find someone who understood your restless soul. I found you. Yes, you lied. Yes, you came to trap me. But you also saw me. Really saw me. You talked to me about dreams. You listened to my stories." She squeezed his hands. "Love isn't choosing someone when it's easy. It's choosing them when it's hard, when it's scary, when you don't know how the story ends." She turned to her father. "Papa, you chose love over safety when you married Mama from a rival clan. You taught me some things are worth risking everything for. But we knew our risks. Then maybe it's time for human courage beyond understanding." She addressed everyone. "Tonight, under the full moon, I'll go to the Forbidden Grove. I'll perform the binding ceremony with full knowledge. We'll discover together whether love can break what fear created." "You could die," Neka sobbed. "Or I could free an entire bloodline. Or discover that willing sacrifice transforms curses. Or yes, be trapped. But isn't that what love is? Stepping into the unknown, trusting that what you've found is worth the risk." She knelt with Chike. "I'm choosing you, knowing everything, seeing everything." "Why?" he whispered. "After everything? Because in that grove, I watched you choose death over dishonor. That's the man I want to marry. Not the perfect suitor, but the complicated, flawed, trapped man who chose honor when it cost him everything. This is the moment that changes everything. But before we see what happens in the grove, I want to hear from you. Would you make Amara's choice? Would you risk your soul for love? Or is self-preservation more important? Comment below with your honest answer. And if this story has you on the edge of your seat, share it with someone who loves powerful stories. Hit that like button if you're Team Amara. Now, let's go to the Forbidden Grove one final time. That night, a procession entered the Forbidden Grove. Amara, Chaik, Chief Okafor, Neka, Mother Adiz, and Ego, Chaik's mother, finally acknowledged. The cursed bloodline watched as Amara approached the ancient tree, wearing her wedding coral beads. Mother Adiz raised her staff. We witness something not attempted in 3 generations. A willing binding. A conscious choice. She turned to Amara. You come with full knowledge of the curse. You know the binding requires a vessel, someone to carry the curse. You know the price may be your soul, trapped between worlds. Yet you come willingly. I come willingly. Why? I choose love over fear, hope over certainty. I believe curses built on deception can be broken by truth. And this man chose my freedom over his life. I honor that sacrifice with one of my own. Mother Adiz turned to Chaik. You've confessed your intent to deceive. You've revealed the curse. You've told her the price. Do you accept her willing choice? I don't want to, Chaik's voice broke. But I accept. And I swear, if there's any way to protect her, I'll find it. Then begin. Chaik removed his amulet and placed it at the tree's base. His skin turned grey and cracked. Mother Adiz gave Amara the ancient words. Amara spoke them clearly, unwavering, even as the air shimmered and twisted, even as symbols carved into the tree blazed with light, even as ancient power swirled around them like a storm. I accept the curse freely. I take it willingly. I bind myself knowingly. Let my choice break what deception created. Let love transform what fear built. Let truth shatter what lies sustained. Light exploded from the tree, blinding and brilliant. Amara felt something enormous seize her, pulling at her essence. She heard Chaik screaming her name, her father shouting, felt hands trying to reach her. But she was already beyond their reach, suspended between worlds. Then she heard voices, multiple voices speaking as one. Daughter of man, you come willingly to bear the burden. The spirits. I do, Amara said. For 3 generations, the cursed sent us unwilling vessels, trapped souls who screamed in darkness. But you come with open eyes, with choice, with love. Yes. Pause. The curse was born from taking without permission. You offer the opposite, giving freely, sacred choice, love unbounded. Such a gift has power to transform. What does that mean? A willing vessel cannot be contained. It becomes a crucible. What enters is transformed. Your choice has broken the curse entirely. Not transferred. Broken. You offered yourself as a vessel, but a willing vessel is no vessel. It is a mirror. The curse, reflected in true love's mirror, cannot survive. Then we're free. All of us. The bloodline is cleansed. The curse is ended. You are returned with our blessing. Tell your people, that which is built on darkness cannot stand in the light of truth. The light intensified. Then Amara was falling back into her body. Amara opened her eyes in Chaik's lap. He was sobbing, his tears falling on her face. "You're alive. You're here. I'm fine." She sat up. Everything felt clearer, sharper, more vibrant. She looked at Chaik and gasped. His skin was no longer grey. The curse marks were gone. He looked fully healed, fully human, truly alive for the first time. "The curse," she breathed. "It's gone." She told them what the spirits said, about willing vessels becoming mirrors instead of containers, about love transforming rather than transferring. Mother Adiz fell to her knees. 3 generations of sacrificed women, and the answer was truth and choice all along. "Not simple," Ego said, helping her up. "It required someone brave enough to choose despite fear. Someone who loved enough to risk everything." She embraced Amara. "Thank you for saving my son. For saving all of us." Around the grove, the bloodline removed their amulets tentatively. One by one they realized the marks were gone. The curse that haunted them for 3 generations was truly broken. The grove erupted in celebration. Amara cupped Chaik's face. "You saved me by choosing honor. Now keep your promise. Spend every breath living with truth and love." "For the rest of my life," he promised, and kissed her. The ancient tree's black bark lightened, returning to natural wood. The carved symbols faded. Even the forest seemed to breathe easier. Mother Adiz raised her staff. "Let it be known, the curse of Ikena's bloodline is ended. Not through deception, but through truth. Not through sacrifice, but through choice. Not through fear, but through love. Let this story be told to every generation. That which we build on lies will fall, but that which we build on truth will stand forever." 3 days later, Amara and Chaik married in the grove itself, no longer forbidden, but sacred again. Both families attended. Obi, humbled, begged forgiveness. Ego stood beside her son with pride. The other cursed families brought gifts and gratitude. Children who would grow up free, men who'd never face that terrible choice, women who'd never be trapped. When they danced after the ceremony, Chaik whispered, "I almost lost you. I almost let fear turn me into something I despised." "But you didn't," Amara said. "In the end, you chose correctly. That's what matters. Why did you choose me after knowing everything?"